Let's see.
Mine is very, very slowly pulling up.
Your
The quiz.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. What?
Go ahead and like read through them. Mine's just being super slow for some reason.
Yeah, I'm looking for the first answer because I know I wrote it down. I just don't.
Can you read the question?
Suppose we have a set of paired data and let D equals X after minus X before. The null hypothesis is mu D equals 0. The alternative hypothesis is mu D not equal to 0, and the population standard deviation is not known. Jordan collects a sample size of n equals 9 and computes D equals 2.2 and SD equals 3.3. What is the value of this test statistic?
Okay. Why is this not loading? This is so frustrating.
Which, so it should be 2.2 minus 0 over 3.3 divided by the square root of 9. All right. Which is interesting because I don't remember them ever walking us through like actually.
Like doing it by hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, we always had to use SPSS.
But of course on this one, and it's a good thing I wrote down the sample. Or the equation for that. So that would be 2.2 over, or divided by, square root of 9, 1.1.
Oh my gosh, it's still not loading.
Oh no. How frustrating.
I wonder if, here. I don't want to.
I'm sorry. You back?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Can you like look through and see if we need to use SPSS?
Yeah. You do.
Is it like a file that I have to get off of my...
Use the data file chapter 12 data B to answer questions 11 to 18. Make a column of differences. The data comes from nosocomial infections. So yeah. So nosocomial infections.
Okay, it might come up here. We're on lesson 12.
Yeah.
I called this lesson 11. Oops. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm finally looking at it.
Okay.
So with number 3, like tell me what you did, because is that you or me?
That's me. I'm just closing some stuff on
Oh,
SPSS. Otherwise, I get all mixed up.
yeah.
So,
So the formula you used, was it the T equals bar D minus 0 over da-di-da?
yeah,
Okay, so then you did
0.2 minus 0.
2.2 minus 0 over
3.3 divided by the square root of 9.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong formula.
So I have paired sample test statistics equals the D bar minus 0,
Mm,
I think, divided by SD divided.
S, I have sigma written down. I don't know why.
Okay, maybe you have the right.
It's the right one because I'm on the paired. I just wrote it down wrong, I'm sure. Okay, and then did all that and you got 1.1?
Right.
Okay. Moving on, sorry.
No, that's fine. But I don't understand how to do the p-value of that.
If the p-value... The probability of being greater than 2. I don't either.
I don't even remember anything like that.
I wonder if we have to use the applet for this one.
Oh, yeah. So you type in that 1.1. Yep. And you shade each side, and then you get the p-value. Right? Do you remember that?
Vaguely. So where do you get 1.1 though? That was from our last question.
That's because that's what, or did they give us a different? Oh, okay. Yeah.
We have to type, I think we type 0.0403 into the area.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay,
So
and then you just shade the above. No. No, we don't.
So in mine, then it says you shade both sides, but is that finding something different? Oh, because we're trying to find it.
Well,
Okay.
this one says the probability of being greater than 2. So I'm wondering if you only shade one side. Oops.
I think you're right. It would be 1.747.
Yeah, that's what I got for a z-score, but is that right?
I don't know.
Because whenever we use the applet, whenever we're looking for the p-value, isn't that the area? So wouldn't the 0.0403 be the z-score? No, that doesn't make sense either. Okay, I'm going to put...
1.747.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't, well, do we divide that though?
No, because it's already shaded on one side.
Okay.
I think. Oh my gosh, do you like feel so smart until you start taking these quizzes and then you don't?
Maybe.
Every time.
Use the data file chapter 12 data A.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another data file?
Yeah, it must be in our textbook. Oops.
Okay, I just found it. No, it's in that same thing. Okay.
Where did you find it?
Just on the data file list, the same one where you found the last, all of them that you always find. It's just called Chapter 12A, data file Chapter 12A.
Yeah, but now how do I get to it?
So you know that when you're in the wiki or whatever, and you go to that file page that has all of the files?
Yeah, but usually it like already has a link to it. So I guess I'm wondering.
No, there's a link in it. It's actually, you know how you went down and found that immune one or whatever, the infectious disease one that we just found? So same one where you find everything for your homework.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to one. Maybe not. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whenever like we have one of these files, it has a link which takes you to the list.
Right.
So like how do I just get to the list without a link?
It's statistics.byuimath.com
Thank you.
/index.php ? Title =data. Did you find it?
Oh, hold on. Yes. Okay. I need to like put that in my favorites or something. That was dumb. Okay. For 12 data. Is it A or B?
A. Okay, so make a column of differences. Oh my gosh. I feel like when we get into this, then it's just all, it's stated differently than what they state in the homework or anything, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to, they have the two files, or they already have the two separate data groups. So then we need to do, what is it? Transform. Do we have to, because we have to subtract, right? Is that what it's asking us to do?
Mm-hmm. Okay, use the data file. Okay, make a column of differences.
Yeah.
Use
So we need to,
says 0 and doesn't equal 0. What is bar D? So you said transform? I don't remember using that one.
where you subtract one from the other. Compute variable.
Yeah. And when you do group 1 minus group 2?
Right. And then you just target that variable, you just label difference.
Target variable put what?
What you can, I always just put difference because it's going to come up in another column and it's going to be labeled difference. Does that make sense?
No, I'm like so good. Okay, so like when you do the minus, so you put group 1 over and then minus and then you put group 2 over, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right over the top of the groups, you're putting difference because what we're doing right now is we're subtracting.
Do I just type that in? Difference?
Yeah, where it says target variable.
Okay.
And then press OK.
Okay. That didn't do anything.
Now go back to your data set. There should be 3 columns there now.
Oh my gosh, you are so smart. Now what?
Now we're
Now
going
we have
to,
Kelly Barty.
what is it? We're finding out what D is, which D means. I have a whole list of this. Of course,
How
there's,
did I miss that? Did you watch that in a video?
yeah.
Did I miss a video? I'm like, that's like a whole other step I've never seen before. Oh my gosh. Okay, so how do
That's a
you
super important step for this, though. How did you do it without it?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, how do you find bar D?
I'm trying to figure out what bar D means. It's data, right? So that's the mean of the data?
Bar D means the mean of differences.
Oh, yep.
So do our sample T.
So yeah. So we go back to SPSS.
Okay, so when do you use that would not be in this lesson. Okay, never mind. So we do the difference, right?
So yeah, we just need the mean. So we go to analyze, compare means, one sample t-test.
Yeah. And then do difference.
Right.
Okay.
But there's a test. Is that the test value where it said the alpha? We don't need to put that in there, right? Where it said 0.10? No.
No.
Okay. It says
See,
0.
I know all this, but I didn't know how to do the differences. I wonder if, I don't know. Okay, so mean of difference, I got 31.
0.025.
Yeah. Okay, and then what is SD?
Sorry. SD is 341. Yeah, 157, correct? Because that's just the standard deviation. 341.157.
Okay.
Then the test statistics. We should have just written this down.
So that would be 0.407, right?
Yep.
And then p-value. Oh, I got 0.689. Is this one-sided or two-sided? This is two-sided, so we'll just 0.689.
Okay.
And then since the p-value is greater than,
No, it's less than because it says use the alpha 0.10.
yeah, and my p-value is 0.68.
Right. So we're still, it's lower than, so we're rejecting the null. Correct?
No, 0.689 is greater than 0.1.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking, I don't know, I was thinking. You're correct.
Okay, so fail to reject, right?
Right.
Okay.
I was thinking 1 is a whole and 6 is a decimal, I guess.
I hate decimals. I hate them.
Yeah. Suppose your alternative hypothesis is
Greater than 0. Okay, so this would be one-sided, so we would divide that p-value by 2, which we would still get 0.3 whatever. So we would still fail to reject. Right?
yeah.
Okay. Now we use B.
Oh my gosh, how many different things do we have to open?
Well, at least I figured out how to get to it.
Okay, so I gotta close. I noticed, have you noticed when you have a couple different things open on your SPSS, like the data sets, you know, when you put in all that stuff, the transform and stuff, that it's all on one page.
Yeah.
And so then I start, if I start getting confused if I'm not watching, and
Oh, yeah.
I'll use the wrong info and stuff. So I've just been having to close it all instead of confusing myself and having to think about it. Data set 12B.
Okay.
Hold on. What? How is it? Okay, chapter 12B.
Yeah. So no, we
Open.
have to do the differences again here, right?
Right. Does it tell you which way to subtract, though? I haven't read the.
No. Okay. The data comes from no social no what?
Wait. See, because there's this one that says data chapter 12B, right? But then there's also another file on there that is this infection one that I just opened up. But maybe they just took that data. They want us to know where the data came from.
Oh yeah, I guess. It just says use chapter 12 data B to answer questions 11 through 8. It came from the infections one.
Okay.
Okay, so it says the null hypothesis equals 0.
Okay.
So how do you know which way to subtract?
I think when they don't specifically tell you, it doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah, because it said, I remember writing down somewhere that right now they're going to tell us how to subtract it. And in the homework they did. They would say post weight, subtract post weight from pre-weight and stuff like that. So because they don't do that, then I don't think it matters.
Okay, so just do group 1 minus group 2.
Right. So transform, compute variable.
Okay.
Difference.
Yeah, but if you did it the other way, you'd come up with completely different numbers.
And I think they put it in there, like, because when I look at the homework, it'll say, it'll put 2 different numbers in there too. Like these ones are
Okay.
either is accepted.
Okay. So now we go and do the analyze part. We're still using one sample T, right?
Right. Chapter 13 is the independent.
And we're still doing differences.
Right.
Okay, so N or DF. N I have 22 and DF I have 21.
Right.
So N is greater. Which
we should know that no matter what, because the degrees of freedom is always 1 less than the sample.
Oh, yeah. That was a trick question. It was dumb. Okay.
What is the p-value? So it is double-sided, so we'll use both of them. So I have 0.001.
Mm-hmm.
And we're using, what's the alpha? So it's less. So we reject the null.
Where does it give you? Oh, right there. It's less than, so we reject. You're right.
You decide to try another alternative hypothesis this time. So that would make it single-sided, and you keep the same level of significance. Did the p-value increase or decrease? It decreased because we have to divide it, correct?
Mm-hmm. And we still reject.
Yeah, because it's so small. Okay, as we have seen, the p-value depends on the alternative hypothesis. Setting aside the data in this problem, do you think a general rule can be made which alternative hypothesis will give the smallest p-value? It would be A or B, right? Like,
mine's A or C.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But
yeah, I think you'd say depends on the problem. Because your p-value is going to be same.
What is our mu, though?
What?
We should know what our mu is, right, from this problem? Like our mean is 11.95.
What?
So if we know that.
Well, I know, but it says setting aside the data in this problem, do you think a general rule can be made?
Oh, yeah.
So I would say not enough information,
Okay.
I think is what I'm going to say.
What is the lower bound?
Okay. Oops. 5.3025.
Yep. Does it say to round to 3 decimals? No. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
And what is the upper bound? 18.6065. What was it again?
18.6065. Okay, did we get it?
Hold on, I'm still typing in that one. Okay. Okay. Did you do it?
I didn't. I will now.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
No? No good?
Oh, we got a 90, but we just missed 2 of them. I wonder why.
It's that first one where I'm like, we never did this by hand.
Okay.
See, and that's where I was wondering if that was another trick question, because I remember going through something where they said the test, when the deviation is not known.
So then it's X bar. No, because I don't have any D. Okay, right here. Mine says D, which is 2.2 plus or minus T, which we don't know. What would T be? Oh, that's what we're trying to find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then SD over the square root. Okay, let me figure this real quick, because did we just use the wrong formula? Is that what happened?
Could be. Let me look. I was going to look at the bottom for the formula.
Okay.
Our wiki page. Because it should tell us, right?
Okay, so I will, okay.
Nope.
SD is 3.2. Oh, you're done. And then 3. $1.1.
That's what we put.
And then, no, but we divide 2.2 to, oh yeah, you still got it right though.
That's where I'm saying I don't remember any of this through any of the lessons.
Nope, it's 2.
Why?
Okay, so I used the formula D bar plus or minus T times SD over square root of N. It's our matched pairs formula.
D bar minus what?
It's D bar plus or minus T times SD over the square root of N.
Oh my gosh. Where did you find that at?
I was taking notes when he was talking about matched pairs. Because he went through the whole thing.
D bar minus 0. Or is 0 not the...
Well, okay, so that formula was in the first video, and this formula was in the second video.
I watched both of them, but I don't even have that second.
So he like went over the formulas that we've used. He said when sigma is known, when sigma is unknown, which we've done in past lessons.
Right.
And he said this is when we do matched pairs, when, you know how he was talking about the father and son height?
Right.
And how, you know, how the matched pairs are different than the independent?
Yeah.
Anyways, there's this formula. And so
I guess I'm a little bothered just because we, on none of the homework or anything, did we have to do that by hand?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't think that it's necessary. I don't know. They just didn't pound it home. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay,
Find
so
the p-value from that. Just what we did, but because we got it wrong.
no, because we didn't use the last answer to get
Oh yeah.
the second one. I don't know. Because whenever in the past, whenever they've said what's the p-value, we always look at the area in the applet. But here it says the probability. It already gives you the probability and the area. So I don't know. I don't know what that one is.
Okay. I'm just like even trying to look through the reading to find those formulas.
Yeah.
I'm not even seeing them.
In the reading? Okay, I'm going to find it.
Here it is. But it has my formula that I use. Give the test statistic and its value. Molly, zero, this one says that the test statistics for a test involving paired data when sigma is unknown. Isn't that what we just had?
No.
We knew it.
Well, no, I think it's still unknown because we don't use sigma in the formula. But it's like different, like when, okay, so I have written down the formula when sigma is unknown, and that uses X bar. But when we're doing matched pairs, we use D bar.
Okay. X bar means sample mean. D bar means mean of differences.
Sample, yeah, sample mean difference. And
okay.
then
So
instead of S, which is sample standard deviation, we use SD, which is sample standard deviation of difference.
Yeah, I don't even know what any of that means, but I'll have to. So D bar. Okay, so then mark the test statistic and p-value on a graph on the sampling distribution. So this is showing the NPA curve thing.
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at the wiki to figure out how to find the p-value. So the p-value is the area to the left of the t under the curve.
So how do I find it?
So they went in and put in what they got, so that test statistic, they used it for it in the z-score.
So when it said,
so you should have put into, because you said that the correct answer was 2 for
number 3,
S-score, right?
Yeah.
And then it gave us that, saying that 2 is greater than, right? So it gave us the test score. So we should have put 2 in the p-value.
Okay, but so we were supposed to use the applet, right?
Yeah, and you're supposed
to. Where does 2 go?
Huh?
So where does 2 go?
2 goes in the z-score. Okay. And then you would put in the area, I think, of 0.04. What is that number?
0.403.
Yeah.
And then where would your p-value be? Because that doesn't make sense to put in the z-score and the area.
Right? I don't know. I saw it in a video. Did I? Oh my gosh. That is so confusing. So on this example in the textbook, it says the test statistic t is labeled on the horizontal axis. The p-value is the area to the left of the t under the curve. This area is so small it is not illustrated on this plot. Please note that the image was taken from the normal probability applet. The test statistic for two means with paired data is a t. This image was designed for a z-curve. This is not the right image for this procedure. For this reason, we labeled the image for illustrative purposes only.
Okay.
And it's important to note that only the left tail is shaded. So we should have only shaded the left tail on that? But why would it give us 0.0403? I don't know.
I don't think 2 had any significance. I think the 0.043 did,
And
but
then
we did it wrong.
we should have just done the left of the tail.
But it still would have been the same.
It would have been negative.
Because whether we shade the left or the right, it's the same area.
But it would have been negative 1.747.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. Okay. Well, I'm excited that we got an A on it still.
All right.
That's good.
So,
Okay.
still no Dallin, right? And we'll go ahead and go to the next one and see what kind of damage we could do here.